Hey, Boaz here with Next Pittsburgh. We're here in Highland Park. I have passed this building so many times, the Pittsburgh Police and Fire Training Center, and I've always wondered what's going on here. So we're going to find out today. We've got Captain Krull here, who is a captain here, and you're a teacher basically here at the academy, or?
That's correct. One of the fire instructors.
Wow. Okay. Well, can we go inside and check it out? And so I guess to someone passing by, it looks just like a normal fire station.
That's correct. But it's our training facility for all fire operations.
And so you've got all the gear here, and so is this basically all the recruits have all their equipment here?
That's correct. Yep. We normally have a fire truck that's here, housed here all the time that we use for training.
And I heard that the first thing they train on, it's a 33-week program?
It's 33 weeks, and the first 8 weeks of the program is all EMS and EMT related.
And that's sort of your specialty?
That's correct.
And so what is your training like?
I've been on the department for, I'm in my 25th year, but I was a paramedic before I came on, so I am currently a state certified paramedic also, and instructor, EMS instructor.
And so were you a recruit at one point here in this building?
I was in 99. That's correct.
Wow. What are your memories of that time?
It goes by fast, let's put it that way. Can't believe we're this far into this already.
Okay, and so now we're surrounded by all sorts of gauze and blankets and masks and bags. So what are we looking at?
This is basically our EMT storage area. This is where we keep all of our equipment for our training. Everything that you see here is what we have out in the field. It mimics exactly what we have out in the field.
And I feel like most of the time when I do see fire trucks out and about, like they're not putting out fires, they're the first ones on the scene when there's some sort of medical emergency.
That's correct. I would have to say somewhere around 60% of our calls are medical related.
Yeah.
So this would be our trauma bag. All right. So everything in here is pretty much all trauma equipment. So we have triage tags, C-collars, an OB kit. We have
a C-collar, that's like if you need to stabilize something?
That's correct. If you need to stabilize somebody that's been in a car accident, has a neck injury, anything like that. We have splinting materials here. And this is just the trauma bag. And then we move over to the medical bag. And in here we have a suction unit. We have blood pressure cuffs. We can take blood glucose.
What are those purple things? Looks like cookie cutters.
Yeah. No, those are oral airways. Wow. Those are oral airways to put in somebody's mouth in order to keep their airway open so that we can breathe for them. This is our main classroom here with our recruits. We can hold 32 recruits here at one time. This is where most of our training happens. Most of our lectures and everything else happen here.
Do you ever be in your house at nighttime and the lights go out and you're fumbling around and you can't find your way?
I have like bruised legs from when I hit the side of the bed and stuff.
Right. Well, imagine what it's like when you're in somebody else's house. That's what it's like in a fire. You have to be able to find your way. There's techniques that enable you to do that. We could change this configuration 1,000 different ways to create 1,000 different single-family dwellings. We darken down their masks, play loud music, so they're sensory deprived. They're already wearing their bunker gear, their heavy fire-rated gloves, so the tactile sensation is nil. So it's very difficult, but that's what they need to know how to do. This is our line of duty death plaque. This is every firefighter who's given their life protecting the city of Pittsburgh.
Wow.
And you can see it's in a prominent location right here. So,
wow, and going all the way back to the late 1800s too. That's wild. So I'm here with Gary. You're a captain here, right?
I am, yes. I've been here a little over 1 year.
And I don't know what's happening over here, but it looks exciting. There's a bunch of smoke. It looks like there's a fake house. So can you tell me what we're looking at?
Yes, so on the day-to-day here, there's always a lot happening. Specifically today, we have our hazmat awareness and operations prep class going on.
Like, what is this simulating? Like, what's a scenario?
So this would be like a vapor dispersion, a cylinder.
Wait, what is vapor dispersion? I don't even know what that means.
Pretty much taking control of an uncontrolled release of a product. Okay. So if we proceed on here past our fake smoke, you can see the crew here, they're working to mitigate that hazard using this hand line.
And a hand line is like a hose?
Our fire hose, yes. What we use to attack fires, what we use to disperse vapors.
And then is this like a fake house essentially, or?
Training tower here. You can see a high-rise type scenario into a residential type scenario that we have here. This is where the recruits will overcome their anxiety of ladders, heights, everything pretty much is knocked out right here from throwing short ground ladders. all the way to raising an aerial to the top of the building itself.
They're just shoveling dirt over here.
So this is our damming station here. They're fine-tuning their skills for if we had a leaking barrel.
And then over here, there's like a ton of snow or soap or something. Gosh, everywhere you turn, there's like something crazy happening.
Going on at every turn. Yes, it's a great day to be here. This is our rollover trailer. Essentially, if it were to have a leak, if it were to have a fire, you would be able to apply that foam, creating a barrier over flammable liquids, or if there were a fire there, we'd be able to contain it using the foam product.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gosh, I've passed this tower so many times. I've always been curious what's inside.
A lot going on here. We use the lights here. Of course, we don't need to be doing the search ourselves today. So we'll head down.
Gosh, it really feels dungeony. Oh my gosh. You just get to a hole in the wall.
Through the hole in the wall is part of the opening scenario. Sometimes it's very adjustable, the maze, but here you proceed into the actual maze itself.
So this is the beginning of a maze, and would it be in the dark, and would this be full of smoke?
It would be full of smoke to the ground, as dark as if your hand's over your eye. Pretty much you can't see anything. You're simply relying on using a right-handed method or a left-handed method, coordinating with your partner to safely navigate here, maintaining situational awareness so you know where you are if you have to get back out. Remembering once you get in there and lose your concept of what's left, right, up, down, it can happen quickly in the dark. So
Oh, I didn't even know there was more back here. It's so dark.
So we made it through there. We're now into our actual maze. It can be configured pretty much hundreds of different ways to whatever, from beginning level to advanced level, through wormholes, crawling through tubes, up and over obstacles, as you can see here. We have like a seesaw sort of thing. I'm going to step over.
Whoa.
So if you want to...
Oh my goodness. I see there's like a little sort of fake body over here that someone would be looking for.
Exactly. So they would crawl through here, locate the victim, remove that victim out the side door, or whatever the quickest means necessary is. We have standpipe systems set into the building so they can train from high-rise type events, advancing hose lines, getting acclimated to climbing stairs in the gear itself, because again, it's very heavy. It's about 70 pounds, the full complement. So they go through a rigorous PT program 4 days a week here. So that gets them into shape so that they can actually perform well when they're wearing that full complement of gear.
This is less scary than going through that hole earlier.
Just keep a good hand grip and don't look down is
Okay.
the early talk to the recruits. Yeah, just focus on our target. So
what is that trailer over there?
So that is specifically for our firefighter survival program. It pretty much folds up, creating an environment where a firefighter is trained to bail out of a life-threatening environment. That's a last-ditch effort that we're trained on, using our survival rope to essentially hook off on a windowsill, bail out.
Like rappel out of a burning building, potentially.
Environment. Yeah, definitely a lot of different moving pieces here that when the recruits leave, they're well trained in all aspects of things they may encounter out in the real world. Talking about our roof props, you have your simulated like shallow roof to a steeper roof, and these are used in our ventilation training techniques, using chainsaws, axes, whatever it may be, to vent a fire that could be creating that hazardous environment below for engine crews operating. Cutting a hole in that roof, getting it open, letting those toxic gases and that heat escape the building itself. You can see in here, it looks very simple, but when there's zero visibility, they can't really see anything. It becomes a whole different setting as far as entering through here, realizing that that's a window in there, navigating around furniture, debris to actually locate where a victim would be, and to remember how to get them out safely, quickly, effectively.
Gosh, well, thanks so much, Gary. This was amazing. Now every time I'll drive by, I'll have an idea at least of what you're doing in here.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, it was great to give you guys the tour today, seeing all of the intricacies of the tower itself. Everything here has a purpose in training our recruits and our active firefighters in the field as well.